playbook, and how important is it to have guys like Ben, kind of helping you through there? I know you've learned similar stuff, while at Clemson, but like obviously different terminology, things like that. So how's that adjustment been going for so far?
Yeah, no, it's been great. Quarterbacks in the room, Ben, Travis, you got Don, and me helping me and Aiden out a lot. It's been great, man. We have guys that have been through this offense. I don't know what year this is for Ben going through the offense. I think year 4, year 3. But you have a lot of veteran guys in the quarterback room that have gone through the offense, that have run it, been through a couple of installs since they've been here. So it's been good to be able to pick their brain and for them to help us, and also with Coach Lingren and all the other coaches helping us out with the offense. But it's been good though.
How have you gone about trying to pick that up? Is that just a ton of film review or research or just throwing on the field, like all of it?
Yeah, no, I think starts off with film room. You definitely want to get the play down, know it before you get to the practice, but then you got to be able to get live reps. And when you get out here, getting reps with the receivers, getting the chemistry, getting the timing down, it's a little different. When you see it on film, when you get out here, it's a little different. But overall, man, you just got to be able to know, stay in piece of cues, know where people are at, know what the receivers are, and just try to figure everything out.
DJ, take us through the process of just how you ultimately chose to end up here. You obviously got in contact with Coach Smith and Coach Lindgren, but committed sight unseen.
Yeah, no, I think going through the process, this is one of the top schools I wanted to come to. It's a school I wanted to be at, going through it. And for a little bit, I didn't know if that was going to be the case. I reached out in the beginning when I put my name in the portal. I reached out and didn't hear nothing back for like 2 weeks. And after the 2 weeks, I got in contact with the old running back coach, Coach Stu. And then he ended up getting me in contact with Coach Lingren and Coach Smith. So that's how it all came apart. And yeah, for me, I felt like this was the right place for me where I wanted to grow as a quarterback. And it's going to excel me to the next level, and it's going to prepare me for what I want to do playing quarterback. And there's a pro-style offense and had everything that I was looking for. I want to go somewhere that's going to maximize my potential, maximize my strengths as a quarterback. And I felt like Oregon State was the right place to go. So I appreciate that.
Oh, wait a minute. You put your name in the portal and reached out to them and you didn't hear back for 2 weeks?
A little bit, yeah. I think it was because they're
feel good. That doesn't make you feel happy.
Hey, man, I just kept praying about it. I felt like watching film. I watched a lot of places. Watch a lot of film on Oregon State. Watch a lot of the games, probably every single game. And I like what they did on offense. I feel like they had a really good team coming back, defensive, offensive-wise. Yeah. I feel like they had good receivers coming back and had a good old line coming back. And I feel like it'd be a good fit for me to come here. They run a pro-style offense, and that was somewhere I was looking to run the play action, deep play action, big overs and different stuff like that. So I feel like it's a good place for me.
So when Coach Smith and Lindgren finally get back to you, are you like, what? What happened? Translation there?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was they were in bowl prep, so they were preparing for bowl prep in the Las Vegas Bowl. So after that happened, then I got in contact with them. So I think that was the biggest thing. Like they're going through bowl prep and all that. And for me, it didn't matter to me. Yeah. If they restarted after I got back in a month, I felt like it was a good place for me.
Was there any hesitation about not? You're going across the country to a little town in the Northwest you've never been to, but no hesitation there. You just felt right.
Yeah, no. For me, I didn't really need to see the place. For me, I've been in college for 3 years. I didn't really care about what the campus looks like or wherever, like certain campus I went to, like what's the surrounding. If there's a lot of people there, there's a little bit of people. For me, it's kind of like a business decision. I want to go somewhere that's going to put me in the best position, put my best foot forward. And I felt like that was the right place. And for me, the biggest thing I want to talk about scheme, the coaches, and where they're planning to use me, and how they're going to make me a better quarterback, and how they're going to push me to be the best quarterback I can be.
When we talked to Coach Lindgren last week, he was almost kind of pleasantly surprised at how much background info you had on Oregon State, how much you knew about their offense, and just how complimentary you were. What ultimately made this like your number one spot?
Yeah, no, I did my homework. For me, I wanted to go somewhere that's going to put me in the best position. And I did a lot of homework on a lot of different colleges, and ultimately I did a lot of homework on Oregon State, watched a lot of games. And I told Coach Lindgren I liked the way he called plays. I liked the different stuff they did on the center. To me, it kind of reminded me of the offense they run here. It's kind of like San Francisco or the old LA Rams when they had Jared Goff there. And it's kind of similar to the McVay offense and Shanahan, different stuff like that. And for me, that's what I told him. I felt like that was a great system for me to learn from and to be able to grow my game in football and just understand the different checks and different stuff that they're going to have you do in the National Football League.
How would you describe your experience at Clemson and just what kind of went wrong there? What made you want to leave?
For me, man, I feel like, first of all, I think Clemson was a blessing. I think all the people there that was there, great teammates, great coaches, great people around there. But ultimately, I felt like I wanted to go somewhere that they're going to maximize my talents at quarterback. I feel like I wanted to go somewhere that was a little bit different, a little bit more pro style. I was going to play to my strength as a quarterback. And I feel like Oregon State was the best fit for me. So that's what I came with.
How much of a factor, too, was being close to family, obviously, with your brother being in Eugene, your family being on the West Coast? Did that factor into the decision, too?
Not too much. I feel like, for me, man, I told all the coaches, people I was talking to, I said it didn't matter if I was going to play in Alaska, if I was going to play down in Florida. I wanted to go somewhere that was going to put me in the best position to maximize my talents and help me to just propel as a quarterback. So, and then I guess it was just a bonus coming to Oregon State. My brother's in Oregon, and I ended up becoming a bonus down the street from each other. So that's also super cool. My brother's 45 minutes away. I get to see him a lot, so that also helps a lot.
You're looking forward to playing against him in November?
Yeah, definitely, most definitely. Yeah, no, we talked a lot about that, and I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to see his career at Oregon, and excited to see how well he does at playing outside linebacker there.
How many schools did you contact or talk to? How many different coaches in schools did you contact before settling on this?
I think for the most part, when I put my name in, a lot of places have reached out to me. Different programs have reached out, and for me, I kind of had a set before I put my name in. I kind of knew there's a couple you had a good group of schools who I knew hey, these are the type of schools I really want to look at, and I feel like those were the best fits for me. But ultimately, it was a couple schools that reached out, and I just kind of weathered the process, talked with family, people that I trust, and we ended up coming with a decision.
Do the whole pro-con list? You got these 5 schools, and this is good and bad about each, or was it not even? It was just a feeling with Oregon State.
It was a feeling. I felt like before I put my name in, I feel like it was one of the places I really wanted to come to. So I kind of knew that I ended up putting myself on the table. That was a great fit for me.
We talked to Catan last week. He said he called you right after, or right around the time when you were deciding to come here or what have you, and you guys kind of talked about your goals being the same and whatnot. How big was it to have, guys on the team reach out to you and be like, we want to have you here and those kind of things?
No, it was amazing. I felt Casey called me. I remember talking, Doc told me he was going to have a player call me KT. I ended up looking him up, man. He's a really good player. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll definitely talk to him, man. For me, it was man, I appreciate a player reaching out to me and just talking to me, just chatting up. And we talked about having the same goals aligned, what I wanted coming here. And he just told us straight up, how the program works. He's like, this is how it is here at Oregon State, and I respected him like that. So it was cool, man.
What's sort of the biggest thing that you're working on as far as the transition period? Is it more about, just learning the plays and the schemes, or is it building that chemistry with your new teammates, the wideouts?
I think it's both. At the same time, you got to be able to have the chemistry with the wideouts, but you also want to be able to know the plays and know it inside and out. And know every time you step in the field, what's the play, what's going on, and the different schemes for it, and what's going to work for it. So for the most part, it's both.
Are you a long ways away from that? Are you close, or where are you at in that process of?
Oh, every day I feel like it's getting better and better. Every single day we have a new install, so learning a new install and then going back, watching the film and learning from it. You ultimately you're going to make mistakes every day. So the biggest thing is not try to make the same mistake twice and to learn from the mistakes and keep going and just keep pressing. At the end of the day, just want to continue to keep getting better each and every day.
For us TV guys,
yeah.
As best you can, enunciate your last name so we can try and do our best and not butcher it every single time.
You go Uiagalelei. So Uiagalelei.
Okay. Was it a difficult decision to leave Clemson? You said it was a blessing.
Sure.
It probably felt like time, but was that, what went into that decision? Was it tough?
Yeah, definitely. I think the toughest part, man, leaving my friends. It was people I went to school there for 3 years. I was there for 3 years, and the brothers on that team, man, I think that was the hardest part. You got people like my roommates. I was there for 3 years. My boy Brian, my boy Tyler, RJ. I was there. We're roommates for 3 years straight. So being together with them all day long, I think that was probably the toughest part. Just leaving people on the team and then the relationships you have there. And I feel like that was probably the toughest part, just leaving the people you care about.
Your thought process, I know it's super early for this question, but
sure.
Your thought process, are you thinking 2 years, 1 year? Are you just thinking, see where things are at after next season and make the best decision?
I think the biggest thing, man, is just to focus on each and every day. Try not to look too far into the forward. Ultimately, you have goals and stuff like that, but the biggest thing is that you got to maximize each and every day. Try to get 1% better. So for me, man, I'm just trying to take it day by day, and whatever happens down the line happens. So, I just put my faith in God with that, and ultimately he has a plan. I'm just trying to put my best foot forward to follow it.